Well, I'm back. My name is Heavy Metal here, and today I got some things to tell you about movies as well. Actually, I was doing a rehearsal last night, and I kind of got me thinking, what if I know some movies that had some really bad had s- yeah, hold on, we're gonna talk more about this. Yeah, we're gonna talk more about this really bad CGI as well. If you don't know what CGI is, it's a computer thing as well. I forgot how to really much explain it. I forgot. But what I meant about what is actually CGI? CGI is a computer generation thing, generation stuff, something like that as well. So what I meant about really bad CGI as well. Apparently there's thousands of movies who had what really had there's thousands of movies um yeah, there is thousands of movies that had really bad CGI as well. So yeah, guys, so that's what I meant, like thousands of movies have bad CGI as well. So yeah, guys, so I know there are some movies that had some really bad CGI, but I'm gonna talk the one most about the one movie that had some really bad CGI, but that's the one movie I know about. And that movie is the 2011 prequel to the John Carpenter 1982 movie called The Thing, which is also called The Thing. So what I meant about that as well, and I asked people, what is their favorite? Well, I didn't ask people all the time. I asked people what is their favorite body horror, body horror movie, and they said the 1982, The Thing as well, with Kurt Russell as well. And I asked them, what do you like about that movie as well? Not because of John Carpenter, not because of Kurt Russell, not because of the effects. Why do you like that movie so much? And they just said, well, I just like everything as well. And that means that you're including the John Carpenter's directing and of course yeah, John Carpenter's directing skills and Robert Petit's practical effects, and with Kurt Russell and all that stuff. So what I meant about the 2011 being a really bad prequel as well. The acting is good, the plot is good, and what is so really much bad about it? The bad thing part of it is the CGI as well. Way overuse of CGI. There is some CGI part of it looks kind of good, to be honest, but sometimes the rest of that CGI looks kind of that bad as well. I'm gonna probably leave a link down below to where they have better explanation of it as well. So what I meant about why did they replace all that? Why did they replace all that the effects with CGI? Simple answer is that, like I said, is because they replaced all of Robert Petit's genius practical effects and then they replaced that with overuse of CGI effects as well. I mean, when you basically that's what I meant about overuse of CGI as well. I mean, that's what I meant about that CGI wasn't really much of a thing back in the 1980s as well. I mean, that came later down the line as well. Yeah, that came later down the line. I mean, CGI did exist back in those times, but not really how they would use it. They only used CGI for animation movies and all that stuff. Yeah, they only used that stuff. And so basically now we see CGI as now the biggest computer thing in the world. And some people ask, like, what do you think is the best movie with the worst CGI as well? And people always mention the 2011 Thing as well. It is a great movie. The plot of the movie is great. The acting of the movie is great. Some people are a fan of the main agonist, the character. So I don't know how you guys see. I'm probably gonna leave a link, like I said, I'm probably gonna leave a link down below to where they have better explanation at it. yeah, where they have better explanation at this as well. But I can just say that, well, we could talk more about CGI as well, but right now, we're gonna talk about more movies with the bad CGI as well. So other than the 2011 prequel to the thing as well, 2011 prequel. So basically that meant that basically that part of the beginning of the movie only used the practical effects of the movie as well, and then basically later down the line from practical 80s effects to the 2010s CGI effects as well. That's what I meant about some people like asking, what do you think that's the best movie but with the worst CGI as well? They said that the movie is great, but the only thing that they didn't like about the movie was the CGI as well. And that's what I meant about people avoiding using CGI to this day as well. I mean, there's countless of movies back then as well using practical effects as well. And basically, when I say this was that the thing that the 1982 thing uses a puppet and practical effects. Uses practical effects. So basically, all that monsters aren't real as well. Those are just puppets as well. Now, basically, yeah, guys. So that's what I just want to say about CGI as well. Other than that, I don't know. Well, let's talk about more about CGI as well. I mean, look at this. Look at the gameplay as well. The CGI on here, the nanotech motion, by the actors who are using their bodies for us to move around. Like, look. I mean, these are just these players. Well, the players and these NPCs. Well, there's actual players that we playing online as well. Well, me playing as a player and all these NPCs as well, not playable characters as well. I mean, so but yeah, basically, the CGI on here looks kind of good, to be honest. Like I said, that depends on if they want to use it or avoid using CGI, or basically they meant that, or they're trying not to overuse CGI so much. So yeah, guys, so that's what it is as well. I mean, look at this. We're using standard animation as well, looking like a real life animation as well. That's because the game actually did take place in real life as well. Yeah, the game did take place in real life as well. Well, based off what was happening in real life. And you see here all the gore of the CGI that actually happened too as well. So whether or not you either like using CGI or avoiding using CGI as well, please let us know. Let me know in the comments down below, or talk about it more. Anyway, guys, so yeah, basically that's all I just want to say about it. But why do you guys are asking a lot of questions like, how come this movie back in the 80s had a prequel that was overused with using CGI as well? The simple answer is that back then, those sequels that was before the prequels even came out, is that they had to use practical effects. For example, like how they use the movie Evil Dead, like I'm gonna talk about. See, in that movie they use Sam Raimi and his crew practical effects, make it look like make the demons look scary and bloody as well. And so on, basically that's what I meant, that movies back in those times use practical effects as well. And basically many years later, I think 20 years later, I mean after Army of Darkness, we got another version of the Evil Dead remake as well. You see here those movies might have been replaced with practical or CGI as well, or even sometimes they'll use both as well. So they'll even use both as well. And basically, that's what I meant about them trying to avoid CGI as well. So yeah, guys. So that's what I meant. You like it or don't like it. I mean, sometimes they'll only use CGI for guns Yeah, sometimes, like I said, sometimes they'll use CGI for the shooting guns and for the blood as well. Yeah, so guys, that's what it is. So yeah, guys, the only time people only use CGI is only used for the gun shooting as well. It's only used for the gun shooting as well. I mean, that's the only people only like about CGI is just they only use for guns. And sometimes in the movies they'll use CGI for explosions as well. So yeah, guys, so that's what I meant. So anyway, guys, so I just want to talk about CGI as well, and I think that's all I can say about it. I mean, we still got plenty of time as well, so why not talk about more movies with bad CGI, or in mostly case movies that are bad as well. Anyway, guys, so let's talk about movies that are really bad with really bad CGI as well. I mean, the only I think the movie I can talk about is the 2004 superhero DC flick Catwoman starring Halle Berry. You see here, that's the movie that people are still hating on to this day as well. Not because of Halle Berry's performance, it's just everything as well. What I meant about everything as well, just everything. What I meant about that, basically, the people said that this was the worst movie of 2004. And why did they meant that? It's just simple. It's because they replaced everything from the comics as well. That basically it takes place in a different city than Gotham City as well. Than that's like how the Batman movies were. It had a lack connection with Batman as well. Yep, it had a lack connection with Batman. And so basically, that's why people are saying that Catwoman, like the 2004, is the worst movie of that time. I mean, that was before superheroes became a thing, how they become big. So what I meant about, yeah, like I said, basically, people like still hating on movies that have really bad CGI and really bad acting as well. Like I said, because basically they didn't know that it was gonna be not a mild success like director's previous films were. So basically, yeah. So guys, so that's what I didn't want to say about that. Whether or not if you want to watch these movies with bad acting, I mean, I consider stuff. I recommend you guys to watch it. If you guys want to do it, then just go ahead, watch it. I mean, the thing that 82 must be a watch. I mean, I haven't seen it. I've been trying to. I even tried to tell my dad to buy the DVD when I was buying my headset. So yeah, guys. So that's what I want to say. I mean, I was planning on buying it, but I had a lot of money to spend on this headset. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna try to get the headset. I'm gonna get the headset as well. So anyway, guys. So yeah, the thing 1982 must be a watch movie for ever people who are people a fan of body horror. The man who started it, David Cronenberg, is the man of body horror as well. What is body horror, you guys ask? I'm not gonna explain it. Find someone else who knows that is better at it. So, yeah, guys, so, yeah, I recommend you guys watch the 1982 John Carpenter flick. You can watch the prequel if you want to. And you also, guys, wondering, like, wasn't there another adaptation of The Thing? Yes, The Thing from Another World. That is from the 50s as well. You can watch that if you want to as well. I haven't seen the 50s version. I haven't seen the 1982 version as well. So, and basically the thing kind of took inspiration or based off from the book Who Goes There by John W. Campbell Jr. as well. And it was directed by John Carpenter as well. And I didn't know John Carpenter directed this film. All I know he was who directed Halloween a few years earlier. Actually, 1982, 1982, 1981, 1980, 1979, 1970. So yeah, 5 years before John Carpenter released the theme as well. Yeah, just go. So yeah, guys. So yeah, those must be a much watch as well. You can watch the 2011 prequel if you want. And so yeah, guys, you can go watch it if you want to. That's up to you. But so yeah, guys. So those must be a much watch. Avoid watching the Catwoman I mentioned earlier as well. But like I said, if you want to watch it, go ahead. You're gonna be regretting it many years later, like they did, like those couple years later. Anyway, guys, so that's all I got you for today. If you really love my content, please hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications. I will try to remember, leave a link down below on why people kept thinking that the 1982 version is better than the 2011 prequel as well. Anyway, guys, so that's all I got. That's all I got you for today's topic. Love my content, please hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications. Until then, guys, my name is Heavy Metal, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Alright, guys, goodbye.